All right, good evening, everyone. So I hope all are perfectly fine. Now let us begin with the today's session. So agenda of the today's session is to just have a glimpse of the ethics in essay. Okay, how ethics and how essay works in the UPSC exam. Okay, so first of all, we would be discussing something about the ethics, and then we would continue with the essay. Okay, so first of all, as we know that ethics is the part of the UPSC mains syllabus under the GS4, which is comprised only of ethics. Okay, and then after that, again we know that the syllabus is of 250 marks. Okay, GS4 is comprised of the 250 marks. So this is the program under the ethics and essay mentorship, okay, which will be taken by me itself. Okay, so 250 marks are there, and we know that no, in ethics there is no inclusion of any another subject. For example, in GS1 we have so many subjects, followed by GS2 again there are so many subjects, then GS3 and GS. Okay, but in GS4 there is only a single subject, which is a ethics. Okay, and which we also call as a GS4. Right. So after that, there are some of the things which we would be taking up in the today's session. And the very first thing in that is the interface. What is the syllabus? Okay, and then what are the important topics which we are supposed to complete before we leave our mains. All right. So in that, first of all, let us discuss something about the interface. Okay. So what is ethics? Basically, ethics is a kind of subject which can definitely help you to score a good mark. Okay, and our aim is basically to score around 120 marks. Okay, 110 to 120 is our agenda, and which will definitely we will try, and I will make you see the copies of the students who have cleared this mains under I have checked their copies. I was an evaluator for the same, so I have checked their copies. I will share the sheets with you people, and I will show you in the today's session as well. Okay, so first of all this, then it is of 250 mark. There are two parts, part A, part B. Okay, there are two parts, part A and part B. So part A basically depends upon the terminology, keywords. It is basically theory part. Okay, it is comprised of the theory, and then another one is the case studies. Okay, so whatever you are reading in part A will be applied in the part B. So it means if you have a good grip over the part A, definitely you would be doing fantastic in the part B. So we will cover both parts, okay, one by one. First of all, we would be focusing upon the theory part, and then we will do the case study wala part. Okay. Now, what is the syllabus, and then what are the topics? Okay, we will consider it. So there are two parts, part 1 and part 2. And in that, we have discussed right now that part 1 discusses the theory and part 2 discusses the case studies. Okay, both parts are highly relevant. Both parts help you to score around 110, 120. So it means you cannot skip any single part. Okay, you have to prepare both parts simultaneously with a good tendency, so that you can score a good mark in this. Okay, so before we move ahead, we have to just go through the ethics syllabus. Okay, so as you can see, ethics syllabus is in front of us here, and this is the ethics syllabus, like starting from here till here. Okay, this is the end. So this is the ethics syllabus. Okay, so now you can see broadly there are 8 subheads in which the entire syllabus is categorized. So there are 8 heads. Okay, and once we are done with each and every each and every part mentioned over here, we are done with the syllabus. All right. So before moving ahead, let us see some of the headings which are given over here. So first one is the ethics and human interface. Okay, this is the first topic under ethics syllabus. Next one is the attitude Third one is aptitude and foundational values, including many values. Okay, we'll see later on. Then the another heading is the emotional intelligence, contribution of the moral thinkers and philosophers from India and the world. Then next heading is the public service values in the public administration, followed by probity. And then once you are done with this, all the 7 points mentioned over here, once you are done with the all 7 points, you would be coming to the case study. Okay, so there would be again some case studies which you would be solving once you are done with the theory part. Okay, and this entirely sums up to 250 mark. All right, so this is so far. Now the main agenda which we would be doing is, for example, I have shown you 2 parts over here. Okay, so this one is the part 1, and then this is the part 2. So part 1 is theory, part 2 is the case study. All right. Okay, so we have seen this. Now what are the questions, what are the categories of the questions which comes in the exam of the GS4 specifically? All right, so there are some questions which are quotation based. Okay, there are some questions which are quotation based. Then there are some questions which are directly based upon the keywords. And which keywords I'm talking about here? These keywords, for example, I have just shown you the syllabus. So keywords like these. For example, they will just ask you something about the integrity. Okay, the entire question will focus upon the integrity. Then the entire question will focus upon the emotional intelligence and so on. Okay, so these are some of the questions which UPSC have asked already if you have gone through the GS4 paper. Okay, so this is a type of question which UPSC asks. Okay, direct keyword, what is the probability, then discuss the application of the probability in administration, or how emotional intelligence helps you in the administration. Okay, these are certain kinds of questions which UPSC asks. Then quotation based. What are the quotation based questions? So quotation based question can be something like, be the change you want to see. Okay, so this is a thought which is actually based upon this. Okay, quotation based question. So quotation based questions are the questions which focus upon a single quotation and then you write the theory part. Okay, be the change you want to see, or there are certain quotes which can definitely be used while writing your answer. Then third part is the application based. Means now you are just not asking what is integrity. Now you are just not giving the quote directly to the aspirants. Rather, now you are asking what is the application of integrity. What is the application of transparency in an administration? Or for example, if transparency is the sole motto, then how it would help in the public service delivery. Okay, public service delivery is again a keyword in our syllabus. Let me make you see here. Okay, dedication to public service. Okay, you can see that it is mentioned over here. Then we have the quality of the service delivery. So these are some of the things. Now they will just put one keyword and they will ask you the application. How transparency, how honesty, how probity or emotional intelligence helps in inculcating the transparency or like that. Okay. Then we have seen the syllabus almost. Now let us see some of the important things here. See, for example, you have the first topic as ethics and human interface. Okay. In that, you are given certain keywords again you have to give some kinds of explanation over the certain topic. So for example, if we consider essence and determinants and then consequences of the ethics, so they have just given you a broad head over here. They have just given a broad head to you Now you have to prepare all these topics in the detail. Okay, so the starting topics in the ethics are like, no, they are quite skeptical. Like you have to prepare a lot of material to deal with the point number one. But once you have a grip over the point number one, it will really help to smoothen up the process. Why so? Because in coming topics, for example, if you discuss about the attitude, aptitude, emotional intelligence, so there are certain kind of things which already have happened in your life personally. So it would be really easy to cover up these topics. Okay, and one such topic is there, which is the emotional intelligence. Okay, we always keep on facing some kind of the emotional dilemmas in front of us. So, like, no, the life goes like this, and we have been preparing ourselves since long for all the things which we are going to face or which we are already facing. Okay, so this is how the topics can help you. You can see they have just given a line that no, emotional intelligence concepts, their utilities, their application. It means under emotional intelligence, you are still left with 2-3 more headings which you have to prepare anyway. Any questions so far? Any doubts? You can raise your hand in case you have a doubt till now. All right. So I think that you have no doubt so far. Okay. Now let us see if anything is left over here to discuss. Okay. So one more thing. See, for example, I have discussed something about the quotation based, direct keywords, and application based. Okay. In this, the most difficult part can be the quotation based questions. Okay. So in quotation based questions, what you can do is you have to prepare some kind of material. Okay, some kind of the evergreen material which can be used in almost quotation based questions. For example, these questions can be easily solved by using the thinkers. We have so many thinkers with us. For example, like no Socrates, you can use Swami Vivekananda is there. Then some of the personalities or legendaries you can use in your answers. Okay, and like no, the quotation part, like philosophical part, which UPSC asked in the essay section. Okay, that can be also prepared in terms of the ethical phase. For example, if there is a question that be the change you want to see. Now, this is a famous quote and which can be prepared through the viewpoint of the Gandhiji. You can use his viewpoint. So while preparing ethics, just be introduced or be familiar with your surroundings. You can use the real life examples. You can use some of your life examples. Okay. And definitely you can quote some of the personalities in your answers. All right. Now, if we discuss something about the application based question, like no, what is application based? So application based questions may, you can also cover some of the case study. Okay, again, case study is the part of the application. Why so? Because for example, if they have given you a certain case study, that this case study or this scenario have been given to you. Now, how you would be solving it as a DM, as a like no supervisor, as a simple like no a simple common person, how you would be solving it. So you have to use the entire theory part. Okay, theory part, like no, this part you can use, this entire part you can use to answer the case study or application part. Okay, now let us go through some of the sheets. Okay, like no, for example, I have a sheet of Princey Gupta. Okay, this is a sheet of the Princey Gupta who have given this mains, and she is clear she would be appearing for the interview. Okay, so this is her sheet, and now like let me make you see that how she have written some of the answers. Okay, so let us go through this sheet first. Suppose this is a question that evaluate the role of citizen charter in making governance citizen centric. Recommend the measures to make citizen charter more effective. Okay. So this is a question. Now you can see that the main terminology which has been used here is citizen charter. So it means it should be there in the syllabus. Now let us see, is it there in the syllabus? Okay, citizen charter. Or okay, so here it is, citizen charter. Now what it means? It means that no, on each and every keyword which UPSC have asked already, you have to be very much familiar, very much clear, prepare at least 2 to 3 examples. Okay, so now let us go through this. Okay, so citizen charter is under the probity keyword. Now let us see the answer. For example, she have given just a basic and like a simple sober definition here, followed by a diagram. Okay, you can see the importance of the diagram over here. Okay, like no institution, and these are the things which I asked Princey to like no, please try to make these things, as she was really good with the diagrams and all those things. Even in history she used to make diagrams, in geography, and like no, she was really good with this part. So might be this is also a thing which have helped Princey to get good marks. Okay, now coming to this role of citizen charter. See, the question is asking the evaluate the role of the citizen charter. So just always stick with the keywords. What question is asking? You need not to divert your focus from the question. Question is the entire thing. Okay, so just go through the question 2-3 times before arriving to any answer, before arriving to any like no judgment. Just go through the question, try to highlight some of the points. For example, evaluate the role of citizen charter. It means citizen charter is the keyword. Then what are the things asked by UPSC? Role. Then recommend the solution. That is it. Okay, so this then role part have been discussed. Coming to the organizational perspective, and then she have given some of the solutions here. Okay. Now, here are the reviews which I have given her. So see, first of all, like when citizen charter is mentioned in the answer, you can never afford to skip the Savota model. Okay, Savota model is again really important. Okay, so you have to mention it, but she forgot to mention it here. Okay, hence I have added it in the review. Okay, then conclusion, she was really good with the conclusion, and over the time she tried to incorporate some of the good conclusions. Okay, then some of the keywords which again she missed over here. Then principles. See, again, let me repeat myself that whenever you are writing GS 1, 2, 3 or ethics, you should be well versed with the diagrams. Okay, like no a kind of diagram or whatever you call it. Okay, flowchart kind of thing. Okay, so she has made it here. Now these are the things which you can definitely like no copy paste for your entire preparation phase. Okay, you can just copy some of the diagrams. Like for example, you have a good diagram for citizen charter 1. Now let us fix this as a good diagram again. So 2. So these 2 diagrams are perfect for the citizen charter. Now you can fix these 2 diagrams together and can utilize in your own answers. Now one thing which you people also can try to do it. See what she has done. She have given certain headings. Okay, you can see like no role of citizen charter. What is the ethical perspective? Then what is the organization perspective? So these are the things like no whenever you are writing ethics answer, try to make it more clear, more lucid, more concise. Okay, try to avoid some of the like no the heavy sentences. Better use some keywords directly. Okay, she was really to the point when it comes to the answers. Okay, you can see she have given a single heading like role of the citizen charter. Then she mentioned the organization perspective. Then she made a diagram and followed by the method to make it more effective. Okay, this is a one question, and likewise she have like no written so many answers. Like let me make you see one more question here. Right to information. Okay, see, like for example, this question. So question is, Right to Information Act 2005 aims to make the governance process transparent and then accountable. Sorry. However, sunshine legislation is busy with the several challenges arise. Okay. So now, when you are writing any introduction, whenever you are writing any introduction, try to add some more things in your answer. For example, don't you feel that this introduction is really simple? Like you could have added some more things. For example, I asked her to add the Shari committee. Okay, so Shari committee is associated with the Right to Information Act. Okay, this committee was foundation for the formation of the RTI. Now coming ahead again, you can see she made a diagram over here, a flow chart kind of. Okay, this is how you have to make diagrams in your answers. Then one thing which I can make you see what Princey used to do sometimes, like no, she will write these things 1 2 3. Okay, then she will just like no drop a point, but she will forget to write any point. Like, can you see she has written point number 4, but she has not written anything over here. So I have asked her, don't do this. Okay, because she used to do it in every question, like no, every possible answer she used to do it. So this is a thing which will definitely like no will give a chance to evaluate or examiner to deduct your marks. Don't do it. Now coming ahead again, I will share this sheet with every one of you. Okay, or you can definitely just ping me. I'll share. Okay, now you can see that whenever she used to write, she used to give certain underlining as well. Can you see tendency of RTI, then understaffing? Like no, there are certain things which she used to do here. And that is one of the thing which definitely makes your answer outstanding. This is important because see, there are so many answers, there are thousands of sheets to be checked. And like no, examiner will not go through each and every point mentioned in your sheet. Okay, there would be some glimpse, there would be some keywords, there would be some eye-catching phrases which will make examiner thinking about the marks. Okay, so these are the things you have to do again. Again, a diagram over here. Okay, diagram is mentioned over here. Again, if we see through some of the points, okay, these are the some of the like no improve the okay. Then case study. Okay, case study we will take up in the another session. Okay, we can discuss some more answer. For example, this is a question here. While successful managers make profit for their organization, it is leaders who build successful organization. In this, differentiate between a manager and leader, and then why leadership is a value. Again, you can see that leadership. Okay, leadership is the keyword which have been asked over here. So now let us go back to our syllabus. Let us find where is the leadership keyword. Okay, so leadership keyword have been mentioned over here. Let us see where it is. Okay, it is under the aptitude and the foundational values. Okay, so now coming back to the sheet, leadership. First of all, she have given a definition over here. So whenever there is a single keyword in your question, try to identify it and then write a definition. Okay, and this should be actually capital letter. It should be, but let it be not an issue. Then it would be better if you can give any example. Okay, you can quote any personality, any current affairs example, anything you feel better. Okay, then try avoid this thing. It is really like no, it goes haywire. Try to avoid it. Better give some spacing in between, because presentation also ensure how many marks you people would be scoring. Okay, so it is important that you leave some space in between and then try to write your answer. Okay, then talk about the work culture. See, these are the things which she forgot to address in her answer. For example, we have some of the keywords which I have mentioned. See, since you are talking about the leadership, you are talking about the manager, it means you are talking about an office kind of thing. And when you are in office, you definitely talk about the work culture. Okay, and when it comes about the work culture, definitely you can not forget the Google, company Google. Okay, then emotional intelligence is again something which you require at your workplace, so you cannot afford to skip it. Then she have mentioned some of the values here again, like no, she was really good with the things which, for example, like no concise material. Okay, she always used to write it in a concise manner, and hence that is also a reason she could clear the mains. Okay, then you can see the use of the real life example, like keep team member motivated as Pulkit Sim. Okay, she have added one example. So likewise, she have given another example of the as Pankaj Singh sent his daughter to Anganwadi. Okay, just to show and just to bring the social attitude at the pace. Okay, there are some of the examples, and hence she concluded this topic. And many times what happen, you people write the answers but you don't conclude it, so again it is something incomplete. Okay, it will definitely give a chance to deduct your marks, but which you definitely don't want it. Okay, so never ever try to avoid the conclusion and introduction. Both things are highly important. All right, anything, any doubts so far? Elam, any doubts?
No, ma'am.
And what about you, Venkatesh?
No, ma'am, no.
So this was an idea for your ethics part. Okay, I have given some examples and just try to go through these sheets and try to incorporate some of the views of these sheets into your answers. So that will give a better focus. How you can improve your answers, how you can write your answers. All right. And okay, just since this is an orientation session, so just to those who are there in that program, though many of them are not available as of now, but okay, I'm just giving you a sneak peek that how the things would be going on. Okay, so since some of you who are the part of the program knows that we have started with the emotional intelligence, on the 28th December, you would be having the test of the emotional intelligence part. Okay, so first of all, be prepared with it. All right, so that is something first which you have to do anyway. Okay, now let me make you go through the program once again. Okay, so see, this is a just an idea which now I really want to expand it more. Okay, and this is how the things would be going on, and it would be covering the ethics and essay section, to be honest, very holistically. Okay, this would be a really holistic practice. So in that case, there would be 3 questions a day. So in that case, what you can do is you can choose between. Okay, if you wish to write full length, you can write full length test. If you are someone who really feels that no, I'm at the initial stages of my preparation and I can't write in a single way, so I just can write 2 3 questions or 4 questions, you can write in that way. Okay, there are 7 tests included in which we would be covering the part A, part B. Okay, both parts would be covered. Okay, since ethics is comprised of the 2 parts, so we would be covering the theory and case study. So in that case, first of all, we would be covering the theory part. Okay, my agenda is just to cover the theory part first. Once you are well versed with the theory, we would be moving towards the case study. Okay, considerable focus would be there on the PYQs. Okay, I will not leave a single PYQ. Each and every PYQ would be practiced over Here you can write as per your convenience. This is something you people already know, so I don't consider that I should explain it here. Okay, now coming to this part. If we are talking about the ethics, we are definitely talking about the examples. We have to add some of the codes, and then what are the sources. So these three things would be provided by us. Okay, not an issue. You people need not to run here and there for these things. Okay, these things would be compiled and would be provided to you. Okay, your sheet would be reviewed within 12 to 24 hours. Okay, 24 hours is the maximum period of time when you would be receiving your sheets. Okay, and your doubts and everything would be just cleared. So that is not an issue, and that would be a prompt response. Okay, the reviews, the feedbacks, the suggestions, or like no, the discussion will not be delayed at any cost. All right, and then I would write that no, within at least 1.5 month or 2 months, you just have a strong grip over the concepts. Okay, if you are really someone who is really enthusiastic, like no, if you are someone who really wants that I should complete my syllabus as soon as possible, you can do it. But if you are dedicatedly writing the answers, providing provided that you consider my reviews to be of utmost importance, then you would be done with the ethics within like no 1.5 month to 2 months. But in case in between prelim comes or something happens at your disposal, okay, so in that case you can definitely shift your test, or like no, let me say postponing. Okay, you can postpone the test. Now this is something about the essay program now. So since there are two components in this EEMP, the ethics and then essay part, okay, two parts are there. So there would be 7 to 10 essays which you can write. If you wish to write two more, so you can definitely extend it to 12 or 13. Okay, that is not an issue. Alright, same goes here. If you want to write some more extra tests, I will provide to you, not an issue. Okay, and the detailed discussions would be provided for the essays. Same wise, I used to provide earlier, so that would be covered over here. Okay, and yeah, that is it. And if you really want to like cover your syllabus as soon as possible, you can contact to the concerned spot window ID. That is something you people can do your own. Okay, so that is it. Now, if you have any doubts, please let me know.
No, ma'am. So far, no doubt, ma'am.